Hopefully that is working now. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at a very strange hour. It is very late. It's like 8 o'clock at night here. But I have some pertinent information to a case that we did earlier today that can't wait till morning. So just let me set that up. Yeah, it just can't wait. Unfortunately, this is very interesting information. What was that? We got a weird message up on the screen. That's fine. This is about Isla Bell, the Herald Sun down here in Victoria, the state where she was killed, brought out some new details from court records this afternoon that must have come out just after we did our live show earlier today. Rory, come here. Out. I think it's really important that we talk about it because this adds some context into her final moments, literally her final moments on this earth, and it is confronting to say the least. They're saying here court documents reveal Miss Bell, 19 years old, had only met Marat on October 5th, 2 days before he allegedly killed her in his St. Kilda East apartment. A police summary released by the court alleges Mr. Ganeve was seen on sophisticated CCTV through the front kitchen window. That's the same guy, Marat. Seen through sophisticated CCTV through the front kitchen window in what appears to be a fight with Miss Bell inside his apartment about 12:43 a.m. on October 7. Investigators observed what appeared to be Bell's head whipping around as if she had been struck. This is apparently the police summary document. It then goes on to say she falls to the ground, and Marat can be seen striking her on the ground of the kitchen. What appears to be Bell's head can be seen rising up before being pushed down by his arm again. The footage captured Miss Bell again in the apartment up until about 2 a.m. when she was not seen on the CCTV again. So she was killed sometime between midnight or about 1:45 in the morning and sometime between then about 2 a.m. Guys, hold on a sec. Sorry, our cat is being very naughty. Very, very naughty. We have roast chicken for dinner, and she's like, I would like some of that. I would like to eat that instead of my cat food. So yeah, she was seen in this fight about 1:45 in the morning, 12:43 a.m. on October 7 of this year. Then sometime they capture her again in the apartment up until about 2 a.m. when she's not seen again. But the details after this is what I want to talk to you about. Like that gives some context into how she died. But listen to this. Let me go down to this bit here. They said that same CCTV camera had captured her entering the apartment for the last time on October 5th at 9:27 p.m. She was killed on October 27th in the very early morning. She is never seen leaving that apartment again. They say police allege the last message Miss Bell sent from her phone was to a friend via Snapchat on October 7, just after midnight. That's about 40 minutes before that fight occurs, where they reveal she said to the friend, I found the best Russian sugar daddy. She stated that this person had been lavishing her with gifts and had saved her from sex traffickers. But soon after the messages stopped, and as we know, she had that fight about 43 minutes later. They're saying the footage is a key to the case as police charge Marat over the teen's murder. It is alleged the footage showed him extensively cleaning his house over the next few days. On October 9th, 2 days later, at 10:27 p.m., he calls his friend and co-accused, and he arrives at the apartment in a silver RAV4 towing a trailer which has a black fridge on it. The pair allegedly moved the fridge out the back of his apartment, but it wasn't until October 17 at 2:05 p.m. that they were allegedly again seen on CCTV removing the old fridge and placing it on a trailer attached to the RAV4. They say it is clearly visible that the fridge has been wrapped in a clear plastic and the black tape has been placed on the edges of the door. The fridge is then driven to an address in Caulfield South, believed to be known to the men, where the trailer is parked until October 22nd. Here's the co accused here. They say the neighbor reported to police that the trailer had a foul smell and was attracting flies, and that they had seen someone spraying Glen 20 around it to try and mask the smell. They're saying the accused murderer is then alleged to have moved the trailer containing the fridge to a Bentley East property at 4:57 a.m. on October 22nd. The trailer remained at that address for several days before Mr. Ganeve is accused of moving it again to Mulgrave, when he then allegedly stored the fridge in a Hino removalist van. Miss Bell's remains were then found on November 18th by a resident who noticed a foul smell coming from the fridge. After he removed the plastic wrapping from the fridge, the door swung open and a bag fell out. He believed the bag contained animal remains and subsequently dumped the fridge on a street corner in Bentley where hard rubbish was already present. He then placed the bag containing Miss Bell's remains in a residential rubbish bin. The resident later contacted police. They're saying Mr. Ganeve was in police sights as a person of interest early in the investigation due to him appearing in Miss Bell's phone records. On October 20, he agreed to meet investigators at Faulkner Police Station, where he allegedly said that he had met Miss Bell while helping a friend move some property from a St. Kilda Road address on October 5. He allegedly claimed Miss Bell was offered a place to stay at his Fulton Street apartment and that she stayed for 3 nights before he dropped her off around the corner in his car in the afternoon of October 7, which is obviously not true. Asked about his house being extensively cleaned, he said there was a very bad smell from a dead possum hanging in a tree outside his front door. Yeah, that always happens. He also told detectives he had bought some things from Coles for Miss Bell, such as food and drink, but denied buying her any presents. He also denied having sex with the teenager, saying she was too young for him, but he knew he could have her if he wanted to. They're saying when his friend was subsequently interviewed, his co-accused, by police on October 28, he allegedly admitted he had delivered a new fridge to his friend and then removed the old fridge a few days later, but denied knowing what happened to Miss Bell. As he left the station that day, police followed him and alleged he met with Mr. Ganeve in a street in Caulfield South where he was observed and photographed removing a bag from his vehicle and throwing it in the bin. Officers retrieved the bag and believed it belonged to Miss Bell. They saying the accused appeared briefly in the dock at Melbourne Magistrates Court on Wednesday morning. He didn't say anything through the administrative hearing, and no details of the allegations against him were aired. Except that now we found out about this stuff. So sometime after 12:43 a.m. on October 7, she was killed. Then the next day, his friend dropped off a fridge where they placed her remains in a garbage bag or some sort of bag, and then put her in the fridge, and then started moving her around the local area for like the next 2 weeks. So brutal. Eric, what's up, buddy? I'm supposed to come to your chat and give you a super chat. You know, I asked our mutual friend, not the one that lives in Florida, the other one, what time you were going to be on so I could give you a super chat. But thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's about 8 o'clock here right now. Thank you very much, Eric. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, I just wanted to get these details out because they came out just now. So yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I do sometimes. Sometimes I do sleep. Sometimes. Hey, RX girl, how are you? Jojo, good to see you guys. Sorry, I wanted to get through that article. It was really important because we spoke about it earlier, but it didn't have those alleged details of what happened to Isla Bell, and it didn't detail all this stuff about the fridge. How bonkers! They brought a brand new fridge to that apartment, or some sort of fridge, and then put her remains in there, and then moved it all around Melbourne, Australia, for about 2 weeks until a resident was like, "Hey mate, your fridge reeks. We gotta get rid of whatever's in there. It ain't no good." And he put it in the bin, and that's how her remains ended up at landfill. So now we sort of know how she ended up in the landfill location. It's very sad. Yeah, 19 years old. Very, very young. These guys that we're talking about, the accused, they're all in their 50s. They are older men. They are not younger like her. They are quite a considerable age difference between Isla and her accused killers. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, so if you didn't hear it earlier, maybe I can find a video. We can all do a little bit of catch up. Hold on a sec. Let me search Isla's name. Let me see if I can get a video, the one we played earlier. It's here, time, past 24 hours. Here, let's go to the ABC News in Australia. They just posted a new video 26 minutes ago.
Lover of animals and a loyal friend who hoped to one day be a marine biologist.
Isla was a beautiful, kind, honest, courageous person.
Everything about her just radiated light.
But that dream has been taken away. 53-year-old Murat Garnier from St Kilda has been charged with Isla Bell's murder, and 57-year-old Eyal Yaffe charged with assisting an offender with murder. Isla, then 19, was last seen leaving her home in Brunswick at the start of October. Police have previously said her phone went inactive about 2 days later. About 2 weeks after that, on Isla's 20th birthday, her heartbroken mother begged for her safe return.
My heart just aches.
Then police raided properties in Bentley East and Mulgrave yesterday before the horrific discovery overnight. In court documents, police allege she was murdered on October 7.
It's been a really difficult time, and the news that we've heard has been devastating.
Mr Garniev's court appearance was over in minutes, with no details of the allegations against him before he was remanded in custody. But his lawyer told the court Mr Garniev had gone 2 days without taking prescribed methadone, the medication used to treat opioid dependence. He'll return to court in March. Jesse Thompson, ABC News.
So there you go, and they did find her remains there yesterday in that landfill, currently waiting to be formally identified as her. Yeah, they appeared in court today. Very strange men. Apparently they were joking around in the courtroom, laughing with a court bailiff, which, you know, that's the name you guys would call it, but we have a slightly different name. I'm glad they know how to pronounce their names too, because I do not. But it doesn't matter. We don't try to give respect to people who kill people, so I don't really care. But I do care about Isla and her mum. That is, you know, just before her birthday too. Apparently, her mum had organized a trip to go reef diving with her daughter to spend some time with her as an adult, like, because she's 19, she's going to be 20. And that trip never took place because she was murdered before her birthday. So I know, right? So from what I understand, it was some sort of casual interaction around the 5th of October that she met them somewhere. It doesn't say in the alleged facts of that they released today for the summary just quite how they met, but he says they met after a friend of his was moving out of a property and they sort of came across each other, but who knows if that is a real story. People that get caught for murders often try and minimize their involvement, and they'll use anything they can to try and minimize their contact with the victim. So I don't believe anything that guy has to say at all. So I can't trust what he has to say, and it doesn't come from the police side. So we'll have to wait and see in March next year. So police have been ordered to hand in their brief of evidence by that time. So early next year, we should understand a little bit more of what the police will allege and where we go from here. Either way, he's facing a murder charge. His buddy is facing I think is it a co charge? Hold on. He's facing a murder charge. Like, if proven, he's going to jail. He's going to jail for like 25 years, maybe longer. His buddy was charged with, let me see, co-accused. Yeah, let me just look up his name. I'm glad they know how to pronounce it. I'm not good with it. Let's see. Final moments. No, it's not what I want. So apparently his buddy was arrested carrying drugs and over $6,000 in cash, and had booked a ticket to fly to Bulgaria on Wednesday, shortly before he was nabbed by Victorian police. So he was about to run from the country too. He was just about to be a flight risk when they got him. So very lucky, very, very lucky. Those cops must have been monitoring. Normally when you're under investigation for something serious like murder, they have port of entry and port of exit flags for you. So you book a flight under your name and it comes up, they'll arrest you. Happens in the US too, but under a different department. I think it's Homeland Security or something like that. But they will just arrest your butt. All right. Let me go back to that article. It's interesting. I'm just trying to find some very good times for the. Yeah, so her friend says here, on the same day police allege Miss Bell was murdered, she had excitedly texted her friend, keen to talk about a recent man she had met. She was just about to tell me all about her night, this new guy she was with, how and where she met him, but she abruptly stopped replying before giving me any more details. The friend says she was very eager and excited to tell me about it, and then radio silence. So she did not get any more information. So it says here as well, when detectives pounced on the pair of them, apparently they immediately changed their version of events from earlier recorded interviews that they had done with police. That's a good way to tip off police that you're guilty. That's what the police want. You basically gave them what they wanted. It's something that police use. Recorded interviews are one of the tools that police will use to trap you in your own words. They'll record you and then get you again and record you and do it a few times and see how much you waver from your original statement. They're saying the murder accused initially continued to deny any knowledge of the fridge after it had left his premises. When it was disclosed that police had located the fridge, he admitted to having transported Miss Bell's remains after she died at his premises. Oh, that's very interesting. Suddenly he knows how she died and that she died at his apartment. Oh, it's magic. He stated he did not know how she died and that he did not assault her or cause her death. I hope the police were like, I hope they were like, and now check out the computer. We have some CCTV we'd like you to look at, and then tell us all about how you don't know how she died. Because they captured him on CCTV assaulting her, and he just denied assaulting her. So, not a very clever fella. Police alleged his co-accused was arrested carrying drugs and $6,000 in cash and had booked a ticket to fly to Bulgaria one day after he was arrested. Instead, he was charged with assisting in the murder of Miss Bell and fronted magistrate's court. So he's got an assisting charge to his buddy. So that's what he will be charged with. They say the murderer accused appeared briefly in the dock at Melbourne Magistrates Court today. Yeah, that's it. A very interesting detail. Sounds like the cops knew there was a chance he was going to run from the country, and they just wanted to jump on them before it was too late, before he got to Bulgaria. So there we go. There's the police searching a property yesterday, trying to find evidence of Miss Bell's murder. Yeah, definitely a dealer, 100%, 100%. Jojo says, so at 53 and 57 they decided to do this. What have these two been up to before? I don't think you just kill people for fun in your 50s. So I would say these two are obviously violent offenders, and I would wonder what are their previous rap sheet and have they hurt other people in the past? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we need more information on that. Like, how did she become entangled in the web of these two? Give me one sec. Hold on. The cats want something. Hold on. Sorry, our cats are being really naughty. We have barbecue chicken, like I said before, and we just fed the cats, and the cat's like, I don't really want my cat food. I want the barbecue chicken. He's being a jerk, aren't you? Muff, you being a jerk? Yeah? Don't come to daddy. I don't care about your chicken problems. Okay? I don't care. You eat your dinner. Eat your dinner that mum made you. So there we go. There we go. Good information. Got you an update. I just felt like this couldn't wait till the morning or tomorrow afternoon when I'd be back on. I really felt like this had to be done now because when we talked about it earlier, we really didn't know any details. It was so fresh from them appearing in court. These details were still filtering through to journalists down here. The way it works down here is a little bit different. In America, as soon as something is said in court or a document is given out, it's like 2 seconds before someone has got the details, put it on Fox News or something, and scan the document into Scribed. But down here, it's a little slower. Our news works just slower. It's not as quick, especially with things to do with the court or the police. It just takes much longer down here. So these two will be back in court early next year, and hopefully we'll find out more about those early moments between Miss Bell and the people who are accused of not only murdering her, but stuffing her remains into a fridge and basically moving her around Melbourne for a couple of weeks. Moving her around, including on her birthday. That is so sad. And it just feels like she had so much more life to live. 19 years old, and she got somehow tangled up with these absolute scumbags, really. Well, I hope they think they made the right choice because right now they're both staring down the barrel of between 15 years in jail and the main accused could be looking at 25 plus years in jail for this type of murder. The cops are going to have to figure out how exactly she died, though. Saying that she was assaulted prior to her death won't do it. they will have to figure out her cause of death or her manner of death, and then they'll have to figure out if, how that happened. No, it's not Red Rooster, it's just a Woolworths one. We don't have very many Red Roosters down here anymore, although I like it. We just don't have very many. I hope you're feeling better, Reby. I hope you're feeling better. We talked about you a lot when you were gone. When you were away for a month, we talked about you a lot. I hope you heard it. Everyone had nice things to say. Catatonic says, I wonder what else they've done. Exactly. I believe they've done other things too. I don't have too much more on the baby. So I do have a little update. Some people were asking in the comments whether the baby was still in hospital. No, the baby was released from hospital and is apparently in good condition and does not need any medical intervention. So if you don't know what we're talking about, a TikToker influencer, well, try-hard influencer, basically created a medical emergency for her, like, 1-year-old infant and tricked half of the internet into believing that her child was very, very ill and opened a GoFundMe to pay for expensive medical treatment. So I can tell you something about Australia. For the most part down here, if your child is quite ill, the hospitals down here will treat your child and it won't cost you. It's not the United States. You don't have to have your credit card before you step into the hospital. They will treat you and figure out payment later for the most part. About where that doesn't happen is there are some things that you may need funding for, but it's not like in America where a broken leg is going to cost you $25,000. Down here, we have something similar to universal healthcare. It's called Medicare, which I know sounds very similar to the USA one, but it's not. It's every Australian's right. Every Australian's right to some healthcare, and that includes emergency care. So just where that changes is sometimes with some operations you may need to pay for like extras, like there may be like a safety net, what they call a safety net. So you pay up to a certain amount or you're covered up until a certain amount and you can pay more and need this if you need anesthetic and stuff like that. But most of the time it's covered. Pain, go away. Well, I hope the surgery solved your pain, or not solved your pain. I hope it took the risk. So I know what was wrong with you. You told me, but I won't say what it is. I hope it takes the risk away. The pain we can deal with, it's the risk factor. So I hope it took away further risk for you. Let's see if we get an update about this baby before we get out of here for the night. Really disgusting case, and I agree with a lot of people. I think laws have to be brought in about this whole flaunting children on TikTok to not benefit the child in any way. It may enrich their lives when they're little a little bit, but children don't need designer handbags and, play dates at Disney World or whatever. They just need love, care, food, attention, and people who actually give a crap about them and their best interests. They don't need all this stuff. That's a adult mindset and motivation. So I would like to see it brought in that you can't make money off little kids like that. I think it's ridiculous. And the fact that she said all these different things like, oh, I just knew it was mother's intuition. My baby was riddled with tumors. Really? Because your child is out of hospital right now doing just fine and is not in emergency care or anything. And she even said her child was in palliative care. Palliative care means your child's going to die. Your child's just fine. Apparently, as soon as you went away, the child improved. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that funny? Weird that happened. Let's see if I can get an update for you. Where are they? So since everyone, I don't know if I can name them. So apparently in Australia, there is a law meaning we're not supposed to name the family to protect the infant's identity, even though they were TikTok people and everyone knows the name of the baby. But I guess for the wider community who may not know them, so I don't think I'm allowed to say their name because I live here. Let me see what else I can find. If you're in America, you can go nuts. Everyone's talking about it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna play this one from earlier today, and it has some samples from the mum. So if you missed it on the first show, you can watch it here. I will check if there's a newer one. Just hold on, because it's sort of changed in the last 24 hours. Oh, 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago. Here.
Her sadness over her sick child was raw and seemed genuine.
What the hell, my baby girl? She's so little. And she is riddled with tumours. I think she's having seizures and no one listened to me.
But this influencer mum is under investigation over explosive claims online that she drugged the 1-year-old while accepting money meant to support her recovery.
We will progress the investigation as quickly as we can.
Police today confirming the girl is out of hospital and doing well.
The child's in safe hands at the moment.
The family is now blocked from further accessing donations from online fundraisers as child protection officers sift through health records and talk to medical experts. Police won't reveal how long their investigation has been running for, but say given its complexities, it will stretch beyond Christmas.
I thought that there was something wrong with my child and I was just palmed off.
It's understood medical staff reported concerns the baby's illness may be a case of Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
It's a psychological disorder and it's marked by attention-seeking behaviour of a caregiver. They'll exaggerate, make up, falsify medical results.
Sorry, what did she say? Exaggerate? Like, my baby's riddled with tumors that apparently the doctors can't find. And things like, they palmed me off. You know, I'm just a white woman. Why would they pay any attention to me? Oh my God. It's just ridiculous. It's not a tumor. Sorry, that was directed at Reby, not this little girl. Not the same. Yeah, she trying to guilt trip the entire internet to fund her family's, top 1% earning TikTok status or whatever. It's ridiculous. And if it's proven, if these allegations are proven right now, they are just allegations. Should they be proven, she needs to hang her head in shame for real. The funds that you took probably took funds away from a child somewhere that really needed the financial help. And it shows everyone what kind of person you are, that you would be willing to do that and harm your child at the same time and make them have surgery that's not needed. It really shows your mental state. And that's one of the reasons I'm very for not allowing children to be used as money spinners on social media. I think it should be outlawed and just let kids be kids. Isn't that what we always say? Let children be children. Well, I don't think slapping them on freaking TikTok 10 hours a day is letting them be children. Let them have a childhood. Let them have fun. It's just, don't use them as an accessory to become Kim Kardashian of TikTok. Like, come on. And now you get people that take it too far, like this lady, who so desperate for the fame and the recognition that she's like, oh, you know what I'll do? I just play into it, and I'll say that my baby's way sicker than what it is. Like, it's possible the child was sick at some point. I don't think that's maybe a lie. I think maybe the child was somewhat ill at some point, and then she liked the attention that generated, and then it led into what we see today. Really, it's happened before We've all watched Gypsy's story about what her mum did to her. I mean, this just seems like almost like a facsimile, right? It's just for the TikTok age. All right.
7 News does not suggest wrongdoing by either parent, just that an investigation is underway. Police urging caution over social media commentary on the case.
You are liable criminally and civilly for what you post on social media. Be aware of that.
As the search for answers continues, Michael Hammond, 7 News.
Sorry, why are you threatening us with civil litigation? Just turn around and do your job into finding out what happened to that kid. Don't be turning around threatening us. We're only reporting what we see on the news. No one's throwing any allegations around except for what's said in that video. So I don't know. Figure it out. figure it out. I'm sure they're going to do a good job. Queensland police have a stellar reputation, and sure they'll get it done. They'll very thorough. There's no sarcasm. I didn't say any sarcasm. Don't accuse me. Yeah. So look, there you go. Mummy blogger accused of faking baby's brain tumor is blocked from accessing 60,000 in donations from kind-hearted Australians. It could have gone to another child. I hope it does. I hope whenever this money is released and refunded, that hopefully these people who did donate out of the kindness of their heart maybe find a child that really needs it. Because I'm sure there is a child out there that doesn't have a TikTok influencer mummy, and you know they're really struggling and they could use the money. They're saying here an Australian mummy blogger has been blocked from accessing up to $60,000 of donations to an online fundraiser for her sick baby after she was accused of faking the child's brain tumor by drugging her. The mother of 4, who cannot be named to protect the infant's identity, gained more than 1 million followers by documenting her child's life-threatening illness in great detail on her social media. It says here, hospital staff are understood to have raised the alarm after the mother's online updates about the child's surgery, which didn't match her actual treatment. The baby was placed into foster care on October 21 and is understood to be recovering. I heard there was an update today saying the baby is no longer in hospital and that it's currently in foster care at someone's home, which is really good. They're saying here a GoFundMe campaign launched in June as the toddler was said to be fighting in a coma, raised more than $60,000 from donors. However, the funds have been frozen after Queensland police said they were investigating the woman over reports of child harm. A spokesperson for GoFundMe said the page will no longer accept donations or allow funds to be withdrawn, but that the money would be returned to those who donated in the rare case that something is not right. GoFundMe says, our trust and safety specialists are investigating the accusations made as a part of our standard due diligence process. This includes cooperating with police investigations. It comes as a woman's estranged husband, who is the child's father, has also publicly accused her of drugging the child. And it says here, comments from people saying, agreed, I know something wasn't right straight away, but did not want to sound like an asshole. It didn't add up. If your child is that unwell and you're focusing on paid content for your subscribers as well as a GoFundMe, major red flags from the get-go. So effed up. Another person here says, I watched one from June talking about her surgery and she was sobbing, then completely okay, then saying how they don't have a coffee machine several times and it just sounded like she wanted one. Yeah, I've heard this joke a few times of people saying she will no longer be receiving her luxury coffee machine that she wanted, apparently. They're saying the father claims to have no idea of the alleged ongoings and believes surgeries would help his child's non-cancerous tumors and seizures. Yeah, so the mum was saying on social media that this child was having like 2-hour seizures and blacking out. And I did actually find some people that tipped off. I can't verify this, okay? So you have to take it with a grain of salt. Ping will always tell you the truth. But that said here, like, no, it's not that one. Is it this one? No, that's when we got in trouble. That's not it. That's not it. Hold on, I'll get it for you. Is it this one? Uh-huh. This one. I'll put it up. Has to upload. All right. So they said here, I don't know where this came from. You take it with a grain of salt. You get a boulder of salt and you throw it over your shoulder, and someone will get no copyright strike. It says here they got some Harris family goss for you. Whoops, I didn't say that. They're saying the mum/dad or mum and dad have drugged child the whole time. Some of the nurses started following her on Insta page/TikTok and was like, no, she's spreading false info about what's happening to the child. She doesn't have brain tumors and was never in palliative care. After her last brain surgery, which found nothing, the Children's Hospital decided to run a toxicology screen, and it showed up that child had a high reading for benzodiazepine, which is like Valium, etc. Kid has been taken off them, etc., etc., etc. But apparently the kid was, as soon as the parents were taken out of the situation, the child was awake, sitting, eating, and being a normal 1-year-old child without them around. So I think that says a lot. Hey, Gambler, good to see you. Working through it. You do your rehab. Jojo says, imagine when she found out she was not getting that money. I imagine it went like the Lori Vallow phone call to the insurance agency. I love that phone call. It just fills me with that special feeling of like hope for the world. It just does. I always listen to it when I feel down, and then I go, Laurie, it's so much fun. Wherever that phone call came from, it brings great joy to my life. It is so funny. I love listening to it. And I don't mean to, like, her husband that she allegedly killed, who she's now on trial for in Arizona. That's not funny. It's funny that that Lori thought she was going to get a massive payday, called the insurance company, and he'd changed it before he was killed to his sister. And they're like, do you know who the beneficiary of this account is? And she's like, yes, it's me. And then the operator's like, can you hold on a second? I have to speak to my manager. Oh, I love it. I just love it. I would pay to get the CCTV of Lori Vallow on that phone call. I would pay. I'd pay anything. I'd do anything to get like the home video of it, because I could see her face. She'd be so mad. She'd be so mad. I mean, her face wouldn't move. She has so much Botox, but I mean, you could tell she'd be so mad. Jojo says, poor kid must be so sad, wondering what is going on. I agree, and I think the main point here is that a child could potentially lose the mother and father if they are somehow connected within the allegations, if proven at a later time, and the investigation becomes, confirmed. This kid is the one that misses out. It's not the stupid adults, it's the child, and they're the ones who are going to have their life altered. And it's a lot of confusion, like, where's my mom and dad, why can't I be with them? It's not fair on the child. And that's where we go back to the whole, it's not cool to put kids on TikTok and play mummy blogger. Like, it's not cool. And I think that time has passed. I really do. Like, it was kind of cool in 2012 or something. Now it's just gone too far. Everyone thinks they're Victoria Beckham in 2008. It's like, come on. Sure, there's more ways to make some money. I hear OnlyFans is hiring. I hear they're hiring. Bonnie Blue did really well, and she says she's 25. She looks 35, but sure. Jojo says, right, it's funny he was faster than her. Yeah, I know. Well done. His final gift in death was to deny his evil, estranged wife his life insurance. Like, I hope he's looking down from somewhere, and then someone just turns around and just gives him a high five, and they're just like, yeah, and they just nod. He was a good guy. Everything I've read about him sounded like a stand-up guy for real. Like, he sounded like he'd be everyone's best friend. And Alex Cox and Laurie Vallow, what they did to him, they basically sent him around the twist, including when he tried to reach out for help. She's such a manipulative B word that she spun it around and made it look like he was an abusive husband, basically trying to get her 5150 hold in Arizona. Like, I hope everyone sees now that women can also be abusive, and that's exactly what Laurie Vallow is. She is an abusive murderer. She's an abusive murderer. That's what she is, and manipulative. Yeah, he sounded like a really good guy. Like, just everything what his sister said, what other people have said about what his brother said. Everyone just said he was like he would have done anything for Laurie too. And I think that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to be a good guy, and she just decided off with his head, basically, like she was the Queen of Hearts. So, Reby says, "My mama has gone to respite care for 2 weeks to give me a break." Oh, it's really good. I'm glad that you can have that time off. Yeah, that would have been very hard coming out of surgery, my friend, and not being able to just relax. So I hope you really enjoy the next 2 weeks and try and get some rest, okay? Make like a cool bed on your couch, and like just bring all the pillows from every room and all the doonas, and make your own adult resort bed on your couch and just live there for like 2 weeks. But air out the house every day. Don't be closing the windows. Yeah. And the 3 siblings, right. All right. All right. I think that's about it for the update, everyone. Weird time to be on. Very strange time. By the way, thanks to my friend Eric again. Eric, I have to come and hang out over on your chat sometime, or your channel. I need to pay you back. I need to come over and make some noise on your chat for a bit and give you a couple of super chats. Yeah, I asked Glitter the other day. I was like, "Tell me when he's on, so I can come and give him a super chat." Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I haven't eaten. I haven't eaten all day. I have to go get some dinner and unwind for a bit. It's been a long day of true crime, but I will be back tomorrow for our late show around 4 o'clock local time, Australian time. For you guys, it's all changed. It's 2:30 is 10 plus 100. So like midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. So I will see you guys then, okay? I hope you enjoyed this update. Thank you very much. There are no donation links under this thing, but if you want to enter we have a raffle going for some custom hoodies that are being raffled off in December. You can use these links here, and I'll make sure to add you to those entries. I will see you all tomorrow. I love you all very much. I have the best viewers in the world. I really do. I couldn't ask for better people that support me and like my videos, leave comments, even though I'm a bit of a jerk sometimes and don't reply very fast. But I really do appreciate it. And I read everyone's comments, I promise you. If you asked me what you said yesterday, I'd be able to tell you. Reby says, "I love that Charles Valor, Tammy, and the kids are now known around the world." I know, right? It's a nice feeling. Although I sometimes feel like Tammy gets left behind because of her association with Chad. So I just feel like sometimes between Charles and the kids, she gets a little left out and pushed back into the background, and I feel like that's really unfair because she's an innocent victim in all this. She had a piece of crap husband called Chad Daybell, and she did nothing wrong except for be a loving wife, a very loyal wife too. and she lost her life because of it. It's I hope we could do more for her in the future to remember her. Thanks, RX girl. I appreciate it. Hey, Anna. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, it's good to see you. I hope you have a great day in Sweden today. What time is it over there before we go? Hold on. Oh, it's about 11 a.m. in the morning. Are you at work, my friend? I hope you are. Are you sneaking in from work to check out the live show? Okay. I don't want to get you in trouble with your boss. Ruby says absolutely. She was a great caring woman. Me too. She deserves a lot more just remembrance. I think, like I said, sometimes she gets left behind, and it's not fair. 11 a.m. All right. I hope you have a great work day, Anna, or whatever you're doing. Maybe you got a day off. Maybe you're going to go do some Christmas shopping or something. I don't know. But I hope you have a great day in Sweden. I will see you guys all tomorrow for the late show, okay? Hey, good night or good morning, or actually it's night for me. Good night to me. I normally say good night to you guys, but it's night for me now. Oh, is it? I'll have to look that up, see if we can do some promotion for it for her. I'd like that. That'd be nice. All right. Good night. From Nights with Ping. Apparently, I do nights in America and nights in Australia now. See you later. See you tomorrow. Peace out. And remember, be safe out there. Look at all the stories we talk about. I'd hate to see one of my viewers become one of those stories. So pay attention to what's going on around you. And if you need help, reach out to the numbers in your area and get help. It's always there. And there's always a way out. You just gotta have the fortitude and the strength, and someone will help you. I promise. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.